Hey everybody. Sometimes I have political rants. Well, this one's going to be my belief on immigration. I want everybody who wants to come over to America through the proper channels and become American citizens and live in America and stay in America to be Americans. If you don't like America, leave. If you want to come over here without going through the proper channels and you want to just make money off of America and complain about America and then leave to your country and send all your money back to your country, I don't think we should issue green cards out. Matter of fact, I think we should abolish welfare, stop issuing green cards to people who don't want to become American citizens, and start hiring Americans. We wouldn't need to issue green cards up if we would get rid of welfare and all these other free government programs that give out money to people that need to be working, having a job. Get a job. Quit bumming. Get a job. Get a job. Quit bumming off the government, which is really bumming off the taxpayers. Anyways, yeah, that's basically it. Stop hiring non-Americans to do American jobs. Government, stop giving other country people who come over here all this free shit to start businesses and not giving us Americans the free shit and money to start businesses. I don't know why a foreign person comes over to America and gets all this free shit and they can start a business, but American born and raised citizen can't get the same benefits. Why are you giving out green cards to people who are just going to send their money back to their own country? If you don't want to come over to America, stay in America and become an American citizen, you don't need to come over to America at all. Close the borders. Yeah, you can visit to travel and enjoy our beautiful sights and spend your money, but don't be taking our money and going somewhere else. If we would put Americans to work, we wouldn't need. And the way to put Americans to work is quit giving Americans free shit. The black man is being put down because the government keeps giving them free shit. Instead of rising them up and letting them learn how to make it on their own by giving them jobs at corporations and businesses, they're being taught free, get whatever you want, free. Here's a government check, here's money. The government needs to start making these corporations hire more employees, not free, more American employees. Okay. Here's my plan for big major corporations. How many cash registers do you have? Why are they not all open? All of them! All of them! Every cash register open. Every cash register has a cashier. That would hire a lot of workers. Every door has a greeter. That would hire a lot of workers. All jobs are full-time, by the way, too. Full-time only. Unless, of course, you as an employee decide you only want to work part-time. So it'll be up to the decision of the employee on part-time, not the employer. Every owl has a customer service associate to assist customers and stock that owl of that merchandise. That's a lot. That would hire a lot of workers. Plus that uh uh every bathroom every bathroom has its own personal janitor who also does, like in those fancy restrooms where they, if anybody needs assistance, they are there to assist. Yeah! Even in businesses like Walmart and stuff, and Target, and other major businesses. That would hire a lot of workers. Let me see. What else? What else? See, there's no shortage of ways to hire more employees. And that would mean that the rich big shots that are making kabillions of dollars, billions, would have to get rid of their salaries, lower their salaries so they can hire more workers. They wouldn't have to raise prices to hire more workers, even though they could raise prices a little bit on the grounds that they got to make more money to hire more employees. But they need to go to the top, lower their salaries, go to the bottom, hire more employees, and get somewhere in the middle ground here. No cash register left alone. No owl left alone. Have more janitors, more cleaning up people, more stockers, all that good stuff. Come on now. Stock boy could take from the back and just drop the box off in the owl. If every owl had an employee that he worked in that owl, he or she, they, it, whatever stupid gender pronoun they want to use. I ain't worried about that shit. Just people, okay? Hire more people. Corporations need to be forced by government to hire more people. They also need to be forced by government to stop violating people's civil liberties and rights. If I want to wear a gun to a store, that's the Second Amendment. You can't stop me. No businesses are privately owned. None of them are sole proprietorships. There's no corporation out there that's a sole proprietorship that 100% owns all its land, 100% owns all its buildings, 100% has no debt at all. If you're going to accept the tax loopholes and junk that you got, you need to accept the government-controlled, forced employee system. We need more employees. We need 100% unemployment rate. You heard me, a 100% unemployment rate. If you don't want to work, leave America. If you don't want to come to America and become an American, stay in your own country. Unless you're just wanting to visit our beautiful... Yes, we have some beautiful land in America. We have some beautiful sites. We have some awesome museums. We have some awesome places. If you want to come over here from other countries and spend your money as a tourist, hell yeah, all tourists, every tourist in the world, come over, spend a lot of money, spend your money. We need to have more export, less imports, right? Or more imports. Anyway, we need to be making stuff in America. Open the factories up. Quit buying shit from China. Make made in America mean something again. Made in America. American by Americans. Make it made in America by Americans. Open the factories. Make American cars. Make American toys. Make American everything. Make America American again. Make America great again, you gotta make America American again. Gotta make American constitutional again. You gotta make America working again. Working again. And you gotta get rid of all this free shit. Free shit put people down. They teach people to be lazy and bums and expect to get stuff. Yep. Anyway, I also watched the debate on YouTube because I didn't watch it because I had to work. I can't watch it. I don't think anybody should be on their phone watching videos and playing around on their phone when they're at work. I don't get on my phone when I'm at work, except for maybe to start a video to download, or I do that when I take a little short break, or I maybe get on my phone when someone calls me. And I don't stay on my phone that long. But people are on their phone constantly while they're at work. You're on your phone during the company's time. You're on your phone during the company's dime when you should be doing that on your own free time. Yeah, that's what I say. Anyway, I watched the debate on YouTube. Trump won, Joe's done. Anyway, that's simple. Trump won, Joe's done. Joe lied, avoided questions, didn't answer them, avoided questions, lied, denied, and avoided questions. Trump even called Trump a clown 3 freaking times. Started insulting, name calling, etc., etc. Oh my gosh. Biden was bad. Trump was good at the debate. Trump does his thing in interrupting people all the time. He always does that. He did it a lot less this time than he did in the last debates with Hillary, crooked ass Hillary the Killero, Hillary Clinton, Hillary Clinton, yeah. But still, the debate was unfair because the moderators are part of the mainstream media. He even had to debate the moderator. Trump even had to debate the moderator. He even called the moderator out on it too. But anyways, because the debates are always held by the mainstream media liberal peoples. How you gonna have a biased moderator when the companies that hire these moderators are part of the mainstream media? The mainstream media are the ones who create the questions. Why don't y'all pose an online thing or something and make people write in the questions we want and then ask the during a debate, instead of letting the moderators and the mainstream media people create the questions. How about you have a system where us American people ask questions all 4 years that we want answered up to the debate, and then you ask those questions instead of ask those questions, the questions we want answered that we've been doing in 2 hours. Oh my gosh. Another thing about the debate, it's 2 hours long. A 2-hour debate and only 3 of them it's not even gonna do shit, okay? It's 2 hours long. It's not long enough, and it's not every day. It should be like 30 debates, 30 days, the whole month of the election cycle. Seriously, all the way to election day. Should be a debate every fucking night. Every fucking night. And the questions asked need to be made by the people, the American people, not the mainstream media.
Okay, Jeffrey.
Anyway, that too.
To fix you anything to eat?
No.
All right.
So
Already eaten.
that's something. Also, the debate was and is not right because you didn't put in. You don't put in any third parties. Debates are always between the Republicans and the Democrats. They never have any third parties. Even if a third party has, like in this year, finally a third party actually managed to get all 50 states their campaign on the ballot. Jo Jorgensen of the Libertarian Party is out there. She's a female. She's a psycho doctor. So that's all I need to know not to vote for her. But still, if you want the third choice, there is a third choice out there. Go ahead, vote for it. It's your vote, your voice. Vote. You actually have a legitimate third choice out there that people don't know about, or people do know about, but they don't think it'll work. Personally, I don't care. If she wins presidency, cool. I'll say Madam President. Cool. Because I support our Constitution, and I support us electing our system of democracy where we elect the president. If she wins, cool. If Joe wins, that'd be cool, but it's going to lead to a civil war because, seriously, he wins, here's what happens. He wins. He gets kicked out for being mentally incompetent because he's a dementia Joe. Then Kamala Harris, the hoe, the black bitch, she becomes president as VP. But then they bump her off because the Democrats are racists. The Democrat Party are the real party of racism. Always have been. They started the KKK, all kinds of stuff. They were the ones who were pro-segregation. They were the party of the party that was trying to stop the first Republican President Lincoln from freeing the slaves. Seriously, do your historical research. You'll find out Democrats are always were and still are the party of racism. They try to keep the black man down, while Republicans have always been the party of trying to make the white man and black man equal rights, trying to make the man and woman equal. Democrat Party is also the party of sexism, real sexism, truly. But anyway, the point is, the Democrat Party ain't gonna let no black woman. They don't care if a woman's president as long as she's the right woman. It had to be a white woman. So they'll bump her off. They'll probably try to make it look like it was a Trump supporter or some shit like that. You know, just like the Democrats have bumped everybody else off that this bumps off, including their own person, JFK. Yeah. The Democrats bumped off. The Democrats bumped off Lincoln, man. With John Wilkes Booth. Come on, they've bumped off all the political assassinations and presidential assassinations that have happened were happened because of Democrats. I mean, come on now. Come on. Anyways. Point is, they'll bump her off. They'll kick Dementia Joe out for being mentally incompetent. She'll become the first black female president so that the Democrats can always go, we had the first black president. We had the first female president. We had the first black female president. Blah, 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 blah. They'll always say that. Then they'll have her bumped off. And then Nancy Pelosi, as Speaker of the House, will become president. And boom, shala, constitutional coup. Basically, they'll use a constitutional loophole to create a coup where the radical Democrat lefties become presidents, and then they'll start implementing all their ideas by Nancy creating all these gun control, speech violation, freedom of speech violations, etc., socialism, communism, bullshit, crap. Because, you know, she's from California, or whatever, her district in San Francisco. You mean fascisto? San Fascisto? You know all them Democrats, they from either Nazi York, San Fascisto, or California. Come on now. with them crazy socialist, communist, liberalistic, fascist ideas, and then they want to call us the. Oh gosh. Anyway, that's crazy. They want to call Republicans the. They want to call Republicans the Nazis, the communists, the fascists, when they themselves are are the ones that are trying to implement socialism and communism and fascism. Hey, crazy people. Anyway, so that's what happened. So that's why you should vote Trump, because usually a third party vote will split. Now, if you're Democrat, go ahead, vote for the third party. If you're Republican, you need to stand your ground and vote for the Trump, the Republican in office. But if you want to, vote for the... Heck, if you don't like either one of them, vote for Joe. Come on, not bad in Joe Jorgensen, the Libertarian. She's on all 50 state ballots. And that's why the debate was unfair, because someone's party gets on all 50 state ballots, they should be on the debate. Seriously. They should be in the debate if they're on all 50 states ballots. Heck, if they're on just half of the states' ballots, they should be put on the debate, and then automatically all the other states should put them on their ballot. Oh my gosh. See, this problem is the campaign laws are set where the Democrats and Republicans automatically get on the ballots. Independents have to work a little harder to get on the ballots. And if you are a third party, want to run as a legitimate third party, you have to do twice as much work in most places, in most states, to get on the ballot as you do if you just want to put an I by your name. If you want to put a legitimate third party by your name, you have to do twice as much work than an independent, which an independent has to do twice as much work as a Republican or a Democrat. A Republican and a Democrat can get on there easy because they got a party backing them, doing all the work for them. An independent has to do all the work themselves. A third party, a legitimate third party like Constitution Party, Libertarian Party, Green Party, which are the big three that people know about, and then all the little bitty smaller ones that people don't know about, they have to do even more work to get a person with their actual party's whatever name on the ballot than if their party's individual just ran as an independent. So the problem is the campaign laws, the campaign running laws. I don't remember us creating, I don't think the founding fathers intended there to be such a thing as campaign laws when it came to who's running for office. The Constitution doesn't say you have to do all these other requirements to run for office. The basic Constitution only says that the requirement to run for office should be an age limit. And, of course, being an American citizen, a natural born American citizen. But all these other states and cities have passed other laws to make it even harder for people to run for office. Especially if they don't pick one of the two big major parties. So we need some campaign. While we need campaign finance reform, we need some campaign reform altogether. Just the whole entire campaign reform. There's nothing in the Constitution that says you need all these signatures of the people to run. You just need to live in the location, have a certain age, live in the location where you're going to be elected, be a certain age. And that's all you're supposed to have to run for political office. Then again, the Constitution is only for the federal government. So the state governments have their own state constitutions, which in the state constitutions, which are a lot of state constitutions are as long. They're modeled after the United States Constitution, yet some of them are even longer than the United States Constitution, but they're modeled after the United States Constitution. Most states' constitutions are modeled after the United States Constitution. So you have state constitutions, they're usually longer but modeled after and to a degree actually have the same things written in them. Like when it comes to being elected for state offices, like the governor and whatnot. They have age requirements, being, of course, living where you live, where the people vote, and of course. But then they've made other rules, ordinances. You got city charters. They're kind of like a city's constitution. You got county charters, anyway. So you got to find out what your local laws say about it if you're going to run. But for the most part, all is actually originally required is age limits and living where you're going to be the politician of, the statesman of, the elected official of. That's all the main things that's required. Oh, and of course, natural born U.S. citizens. I don't know how these people have gotten in office that weren't natural born United States citizens. It's always been natural born United States citizens, except for when our country was founded, because it's kind of hard. I mean, technically they were born in the United States. Like, even George Washington was born in the United States. It just wasn't the United States at the time. It was a colony of Great Britain. So you could say that the very first 10 election cycles were not actual United States citizens by natural born United States citizens. They were born on the land of the United States, but not the country of the United States, because the country hadn't officially existed yet. So you could say to a degree that the very first 10 elections cycles for president and Congress and everything were unconstitutionally really done, if you want to be technical about it. But you could also go, but yeah, they were part of the United States because they were naturally born here, and they were before here was created, and they're the ones who actually fought, committed treason, and put up their names to create the country. So the spirit of the Constitution is there. And the Articles of Confederation is a pre-Constitution constitution, and they didn't really have that rule. So they'd already established a precedent by not having that rule. But then they created a rule, so everybody after those guys had to be natural citizens. So I don't understand how these people who are not citizens, who then become citizens, somehow get in Congress or some other political office. They weren't born here. They shouldn't be allowed in political office. Political office should be for natural born American citizens only, and not those anchor baby type citizens. Not people who came over here because their parents or whatever came over here legally. You gotta come over here legally. Both of your parents need to come over here legally. Then you get born here legally. Then, when you grow up and decide to run for president, Congress, whatever, run for them. Cool. Now, that being said, the president has too much power. Then their powers should be limited to the Constitution. So all these executive orders, some of them don't need to be working. One reason why the president has too much power is because the president gets to appoint all these cabinet positions. These are unelected, government appointed positions. The only constitutionally appointed position that I've read in the Constitution is the Supreme Court Justice. It's an appointment for life, and it's appointed by the president and then confirmed by the Congress. So there's that. Boom. I don't see all these other agencies and things even mentioned in the Constitution. So they're appointed positions, and maybe the agency itself shouldn't even exist. But if it's going to exist, we the people should be able to be the ones picking who gets to run the agency, who gets to be the cabinet, who gets to be Secretary of the Interior, the Secretary of the Treasury, Secretary of blah this, Secretary of blah that. There are all these different cabinet positions for all these different areas. There's a Department of Homeland Security, all these different agencies and stuff, and they're just the president just gets to appoint anybody they feel like in them. I think the people should pick, not the president appoint. So we need more elected positions. Anyway, that's a long rant. I've been ranting, raving. It was immigration, it was debate, it was election reform, stuff like that. God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. Keep on gaming, keep on collecting. Sometimes I have political rants. If you like them, comment down below what you think. Thumbs up the video and all that good stuff. Have a great day. Jesus loves you. Jesus God. Jesus Lord. I have to quit because I only get like 30 something minutes and I've used it all. Next video I'm going to do some more board games, okay? So don't worry. Still do board games and toys and action figures and comic books and stuff too. Later.